Core Value 1, Genuineness. Genuineness helps reduce the emotional distance between you and the parent you are talking to. It helps the parent to identify with you as another human being similar to themselves. You can demonstrate genuineness by being yourself and acting consistent with how you feel and what you believe. Making sure your nonverbal behavior, voice tone, and verbal responses are all sending the same message. Communicating trustworthiness and acceptance. Being able to express yourself naturally without artificial behaviors, such as repeating word for word what the other person said. Being non-defensive. And self-disclosing, when appropriate, in a truthful, purposeful, and brief manner.
Being so approachable and joking all the time, I think it makes things a little easier for my child and for the whole family, really.
I think sometimes families feel like they're not being treated as a human being, they're being treated as a case or a number. You have to be willing to listen to them, and I think that too often we're not.
When a family comes to me, they've already done some thought on why they want to go see a therapist. So the first question you ask is, what about now makes it a time to come see someone like me?
Es importante que entienda la familia que estamos nosotros aquí, pero trabajar como un equipo, que nosotros no vamos a ser las personas completamente de autoridad, porque tenemos que entender la familia y estamos abiertos acerca de que nos puedan hablar.
Core Value 2, Respect. Respect is critical to developing relationships. There are two aspects of respect. One, how you feel about people in general and the person you are speaking to in particular. And two, your ability to communicate with respect in observable ways. Respect involves valuing the individual as a person, separate from any evaluation of his or her behavior. Respect is recognizing the dignity and worth in all human beings. When communicating respect, there is warmth that is conveyed to a parent that says you accept them, you like them, you care about them, and you have concern for them. Respecting a person does not mean agreeing with or approving of the other person's thoughts or behaviors. It means acknowledging the experiences or beliefs for what they are to that person. Values and beliefs that convey respect include believing in the following: all human beings are worthy. Each person is a unique individual. People have the right to self-determination, to make their own choices, and that people can change. Respect can be communicated and demonstrated by being warm, showing commitment, recognizing and using a parent's strengths, and being open-minded.
Just understanding and engaging us and letting us come in and sit across the table as an ally.
A common misconception is we think we know better than the family does.
You don't give up and just say, oh, it's a lost cause, this is a horrible diagnosis, they're going to suffer from this forever. A lot of these things, they do get better, and there's hope. Don't give up. That's, I think, the most important thing.
They may have done some things to hurt their kids or to put their kids at risk, but they still know those children better. They know themselves better.
Gave us a boost of confidence that we could actually accomplish something.
Core Value 3, Empathy. Empathy means trying to understand another person's experiences or worldview through their perspective. Empathy can be a tricky part of the engagement process. At times, you have never experienced anything close to what the family is going through. In these situations, just saying, "I've never been through anything like this, but I sure understand it was difficult for you," can be a way of sharing empathy. The two-step process involved in demonstrating empathy is recognizing the person's experiences, feelings, and nonverbal communications, and communicating with words your desire to understand the parent's experiences. Your communication will reflect understanding of their ideas and feelings. Accurate empathy helps create a climate where the parent is willing and able to explore his or her concerns and needs. Communicating with empathy results in greater openness with parents.
Being an expert isn't just having knowledge. Being an expert is also being empathetic. The most important thing when it comes to advocating is also understanding what is the most reasonable course of action.
When I have seen a good engagement take place, I think it's when a worker is sitting down with a family, asking who they feel comfortable with, what other supports they have, and then listening. What is it you need? You know, what happened? How did you get to this place? And listening to what the families have to say about that, and then supporting them with that. Like that, gosh, that's got to be really hard. Being homeless has got to be really hard. How can we help you with that?
Core Value 4, Active Listening. Active listening is one of the most powerful interpersonal helping skills for promoting and building trust and engagement. When you are actively listening, you are doing two things at once. First, you are really hearing the content and emotional process of what a parent or caregiver is saying. Second, you are using both verbal and nonverbal messages to let them know that you want to understand them. Your verbal response can focus on what the parent is describing, how they are feeling, or how you think they are feeling. Active listening is about processing what a parent or caregiver is saying, not about interjecting your own opinions. This empowers them to explore and discuss topics, conveys your commitment to understanding their situation from their point of view, and can help you develop broader and deeper understanding of their circumstances. You can demonstrate active listening by establishing eye contact, if culturally appropriate, and open body posture towards the parent that's staying in the moment with them, not hurrying to finish what they are doing or attending to your phone, validating his or her feelings. Asking questions to understand what the parent is saying, reflecting on what the parent has said and what it might mean. Showing interest by asking for more information about the topic the parent is talking about. Avoiding jumping to solutions or suggestions for services.
A lot of times it feels like your voice doesn't really count, that they are the ones that know what needs to be done and you kind of just have to go along with it.
I have a simple rule that I run with, and that's 99% of the time parents know what's going on and what needs to be done. They just need to be able to be heard.
Core Value 5, Trust. Trust is essential. Families need to know that they can count on you to follow through on your promises. Families will feel they can trust you when you are clear with what you can help them with and what you cannot help them with. Notifying the family that you are a mandated reporter and what the process might look like if it becomes necessary. If you say you will be there for a family, they should be able to count on you to be there. Following through on a promised action in a timely or agreed upon time frame. Being upfront and explain when you cannot meet timelines or follow through on an action.
I think the end result, if we can focus on the goal, I think the means to get to that goal can be, we can be creative. And if we give the child a voice in that, you tell us what you want to do. You tell us how you are going to reach this goal. And if it's something that we all agree with, it's legal, it's safe, it's a good plan, and it's reasonable, they're going to have the buy-in to get there, and we might have more success rather than all the adults telling the youth and the family what we want.
It really is a lot of listening and asking some questions just about where they are and what they're doing, with the understanding that we're working together. I work for them, and I want to know, do they think I can be of any help to them?